Good morning, everybody. I keep meaning to apologise for the background noises you're probably hearing and the occasional jittering of the camera because Harriet is being a kitten. I watched a video yesterday and it said to play with your cats anything between 5 minutes and 40 minutes a day interaction, or they need between 5 minutes and 40 minutes a day playtime. This madam does not stop. I've just played with her for 20 minutes, so I think she's a bit tired now, but you can still probably hear her rustling. She's rolling on her tunnel at the minute. Anyway, I thought this was an interesting picture to bring to you. We have Foodie in her hijab, her scuba diving cap, her abaya, her rosacea on show simply because of the heat of being there. And in the other picture we have Foodie with filters, of course. She wouldn't be filmed without filters, but the filters are less, I think, or less pronounced, because now she's just like, as Salah said yesterday, like a water fountain, my darling, with the sweat running from the top of your bald head down your face to your bulbous breasts onto your, not a stomach really, is it, onto your barrel of a body, down onto your bulging thighs and onwards into the sand if ever you go to the sea. So that's Foodie now, and the other one is Foodie simply without the hijab and the scuba diving cap, holding all her flesh in and her chins in. I just ask you to note as well her ears, how small her ears are in comparison to that face. How she's paid attention to shaping her eyebrows. As for the rest, as for the eating, she's out of control. Totally out of control. Let's find another one. Look at this. This is when they went to the museum. What museum was it? Can't recall. It was all sorts of things that they shouldn't have been manhandling, but they were. Salah was opening a fridge, an old-fashioned fridge. He was opening a cupboard, a vintage cupboard, and they were just manhandling, or he was, everything and anything. Foodie, of course, was just in a hurry to sit down because of her bulk, and just look at that bulk. Look at how enormous she is in this picture. Absolutely obscene. How can she walk around like that? Well, she can barely walk around. I reckon she's £500 now, or near to. Has to be. Do you all remember this one? I don't know whether she was actually caught without filters there. If she's got filters on, they're not doing a very good job. Look how her skin is. And, I'm not criticising anybody for having acne or blackheads or what have you. I'm criticising her. I'm criticising her because she's dirty. She doesn't wash. Very, very rarely showers. I don't know whether that's changed since she's been in Kuwait. I guess that she has to shower occasionally because of the heat and because of her husband, who visits her a few times a week, maybe. But look at the state of that skin. It is horrendous. Horrendous. Not only the rosacea, as I say, but the blackheads, the pimples, the dryness. It looks so sore. And she's been tearing at it as well. You can see that, where it's been bleeding. How can a woman who tries to portray herself as an influencer, well, unfortunately she is an influencer, as we've seen with some of the YouTubers coming up and eating copious amounts of food, but who wants to portray herself as a positive influencer, who's arrogant enough to think she's prettier than 90% of YouTube. How can a woman allow herself to go so severely and still be looking for men? I mean, what man with any self-respect would want to be with her? Oh, I know. Somebody who wants sponsorship. Somebody who wants money. Remember the filth that those cats were forced to live in. Look at the box in the corner, and she throws fresh food on top of stale food. The dirty cow. And there's no litter box inside. I believe that they kept that in the laundry room that they rarely used for laundry. I don't know what they used it for. Probably turned the tumble dryer on to heat the upstairs in the winter. Who knows with them? But this is what those cats had to live in. You nasty cow.
Okay, I am definitely apologizing for the state of my messiness and her dish being... Okay,
Don't
here's
bother.
what I do, and I have to stop doing this, but I've been doing it lately because early in the morning, when I get up to pee, I usually get up to pee at least once. I just kind of like go in passing, and I'm like half asleep, and I have to pee, and I just kind of like half bend down so I don't pee myself and just dump up a bunch of crunchies in the dish, and like half of it, some of it gets on the floor, and some of it is from Sam eating the crunchies. And like I said, when he eats his fat head, the bowl is like this big. I need a bigger bowl so that none of the food flies everywhere. So I have to vacuum it up. It did pile up.
Let's have a last word here from Foodie's very best friend and father of those 2 aborted fetuses. She whinges now that she can't have children. I'm not pointing the finger for that. You know, maybe she wasn't ready at the time to have children, and he wasn't, and they're not. I mean, thank God they didn't really. But to whinge now that she can't have children, I do have very little sympathy for her. And who would want to inflict a child with parents like that? Nobody. Last word from Peetz about her drunk driving.
SJM lost his channel when he drove. Oh shit! Yeah, shit. That's the kind of thing that should have you lose a channel. Frankly, I have extremely little sympathy for people who drive drunk.
No sympathy.
And yes, I did fucking yell at Chantel once for that.
Only once?
Need help?